Hello there, everybody. Thank you so much for stopping by for your daily Reiki micro session. This is a micro session because it's only 5 minutes long, where a normal Reiki session with me does last for an hour. So, this is just enough Reiki to kind of give you a little bit of a sample, let you decide what you think about it, get you exposed to it a little bit. And then after that, we're going to move on to questions where I answer questions for 5 minutes and I use my tarot deck and my psychic abilities to do that. So, let's go ahead and start off with the Reiki. Reiki can be used for a lot of wonderful things. And since I don't know what it is that each of you actually needs in your life, I am setting the Reiki to help you with whatever is for your highest and best good for each of you as individuals. If you have something more specific that you would like the Reiki to focus on, feel free to go ahead and adjust that intention for yourself. But let's go ahead and get this started, shall we? All right, so we're starting Reiki at 10 after the hour. That means we're going to finish it up at 15 after the hour. This is a great time if you have any questions about Reiki and what it is, what it does, where it comes from, anything about Reiki, feel free to go ahead and throw that up in the chat. I'll be happy to answer those questions. Gabby, hello, hello, Shakoya, welcome. And Frode, hey, 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 glad to see you here, my dear. How are y'all doing today? I've had a beautiful, incredible day. I woke up and there was snow on the ground and then it melted. And then around 2 o'clock, it started snowing again. And now it's melting. It's gorgeous, if not a little muddy, but at least it's gorgeous. Glad you're pretty good. Ugh. New moon energy is making a lot of people more emotional than usual. I've heard about some pretty dramatic changes coming out of this new moon already. And we haven't even hit the prime time yet. We're just building up to it. Well, my day's still in progress, but so far so good. I'm sure it'll be good. It's a good day to have a good day. That's what I say. I actually found a magnet that says that, and I have it hanging up on my wall. I put Velcro strips on the back of it and hung it to my wall. It's a good day to have a good day. Does anybody have questions about Reiki while we're here doing the Reiki? Anybody at all? Really? I am sorry to hear that because I know that's frustrating. Going through a bunch of trouble for no good progress. One more minute of Reiki. Linda, hello, hello, hello. I know you know about my contest. Does everybody else in the room know about my contest for May? Do you all know about the contest? Have you been entering the contest? I know Linda has. I posted a video, but I'll tell you real quick. So basically, to enter this contest, all you have to do is put a comment at the bottom of any video, not while it's live, but when it's not live, and any of my other not live videos. Just post a comment, and that gets you an entry into the contest. Now, here's what you win for the contest. You actually get your choice of prizes. There's only going to be one winner, and the winner will get to choose from either a live 30-minute Reiki session with me valued at $100, or a long-distance Reiki session with me valued at $112, or 28 Reiki candles infused and lit by me, which is also valued at $112, or a goodie bag, which is going to be kind of like the Mega Millions lottery. The longer I have the goodie bag, the more I'm going to be adding to it. So eventually it'll be big, but right now it just has two things. Right now it just has a small geode and a small piece of gold shimmer obsidian. So you'll get to choose. And I'm going to try to do a contest like every month and let the goodie bag grow every month until it's so big nobody can resist it. Whoever wins will just have to have the goodie bag. Very cool, very cool. And we have done 5 minutes of Reiki. We've actually gone over by a minute. Okay, so that means it is now time for questions. I'm going to set my timer. You guys start throwing your questions up into the chat, and I'll see what I can answer in 5 minutes for y'all. Also, those of you who live in the local area, I'm going to be doing tarot classes. So far, there's just one that you can register for, but I'm going to do a series of tarot classes. So if you want to register for a tarot class and you happen to be in the Denver area, you want to go to the website for Heaven's Sake Metaphysical Bookstore and do that. Nobody has any questions? Somebody has to have a question. Everybody always has questions for the psychic. Everywhere I go, people have questions. You guys can't not have questions. All right, well then I'm going to do a message for the room since I don't see any questions showing up here. Let's look at a message for the room. All right, so what we have is a lot of us are going through a situation where we've let down our boundaries with somebody, where we told somebody, you know what, this is what I can do, and this is all I can do for you. And that's kind of that. And so that person just acted like, well, yeah, I don't think they really meant that. We're gonna just test that. And so we've got the 10 of Wands. So this person actually has us carrying some kind of responsibility that we already said, you know what, we're not doing that. Okay, so they have us carrying some kind of responsibility. So now let's get some advice for people in the room who that happens to apply to, whether you're watching now or watching later. Advice for those of us who have told somebody we're not going to do something and yet we are. Okay, so the first card that comes up is the Eight of Pentacles. Now, to me, this is my work card, but work means different things to me. Work can be that way that we make a living. Work can be something we're doing to improve our home or something else as well. And work can also be what we do to improve our own inner character to make us happier with us, AKA inner work or shadow work. So this to me talks about go ahead and do the work, carry that responsibility. All right. I think that's what this is saying. But also talk with your friends to try to get an objective view on this and talk with friends to try to get ideas about how do you handle this situation in the best way possible. And then we have the King of Swords in reverse, which is interesting to me because normally my cut things off card is the Queen of Swords in reverse. The King of Swords in reverse, though, is coming off in the same way that normally a Queen of Swords in reverse would to me. This is saying, cut this off. So do the responsibility you've already agreed to. Talk to friends about the best way to go about handling this situation. Get some ideas about the best way to do this. And then cut it out. Quit letting somebody walk all over your boundaries. I feel like a lot of you, it would be really difficult to cut this person completely out of your life, but you want to cut out letting them walk all over your boundaries with the king. That's the difference in the king and the queen. The queen is cut a person out, block them, never allow messages to come through from them again, never have contact with them. The king, I feel like our king is saying that maybe that part isn't possible, but we want to quit letting them walk all over our boundaries as if they don't exist. Okay, that's advice for whoever's in the room that needs that advice. Sequoia. Why has Marcus's energy changed in the past couple of days? He's more aggressive with his words and has been unsure about a future. By the way, guys, while I'm doing this, let me just remind everybody, super chats are never required, but always, always appreciated. Why has Marcus's energy and attitude changed over the past couple of days? Oops. I want to do this. I want to look at what's going on with Marcus and what's going on with you. So you're seeing Marcus. Interesting. We've got Marcus coming up as a King of Pentacles, which tells me that you're seeing him as somebody that is stable, steady, reliable. You can count on him. This is how you're looking at him through your rose-colored goggles, okay? You've definitely got him on a pedestal. However, what else are you seeing about him? You've got the Star in reverse. You're not very hopeful about this person that you're seeing as stable and steady. And you're feeling like, well, this stable, steady person is taking a break. Okay, so things to address here. I just feel like there's things to address here. As many questions as you have asked me about Marcus and what's going on with Marcus, it might be a good thing to ask yourself, how come you're viewing him as stable and steady? What is really stable and steady and reliable and sure about this guy? Okay. Thank you for the super chat, by the way, Shakoya. I appreciate that. That's just, it just kills me that that's how you're seeing this. After all the questions that you've asked me, I know that there's much more going on in this relationship than what you're sharing with your questions. That just kind of blows my mind. Okay. So I hope you're not offended, but that kind of blows my mind. Let's look at what's going on with Marcus. Well, you're seeing him as stable and steady, but you're feeling unsure about whether he's going to take a break or not. What's going on with him is, see how he sees you. He feels like he's just part of the competition. Like there's other people that have your attention as well. which may or may not be true. I would say from all of your questions here, probably not true. I can't remember you ever asking about anybody who wasn't a Marcus in this room. But he feels like there are other people in the situation that are in competition for your attention. He also feels like you're on the verge of walking away. Okay. My thing isn't telling me that I have a bad connection, so you may have to go back and re-listen, but you should be able to catch all of this if you re-listen. So he's feeling like you want to walk away. Hmm. And interestingly enough, he shows you as a Pentacle court card as well. He sees you as somebody who um, has a lot of potential to um, to do well financially, also to do well physically. So I'm not. He's looking at all the potential of you. All right. He's looking at, at some point, Shakoya is going to be making a lot of money. Or if you're on a diet, he may be saying at some point, Shakoya is going to be really hot and sexy. I'm not so sure I'd like in this energy, but he's feeling like you have other people in your life besides him. He's feeling like you're going to walk away from him. And after you walk away from him, you're going to improve your life, whether it's financially, whether it's how you look, whatever. So where you've got him on this steady, stable, reliable pedestal, you're just worried that he's going to walk away and take a break. He sees you as somebody also that he has on a pedestal as somebody who is on the verge of walking away, not as in taking a break, but more as in like a permanent walk away. And then you're going to do your glow up after you walk away. And it comes across to me, he feels like he is really invested in you, and he is thinking that whatever glow up it is that he's anticipating you to do, he feels like he's invested enough in you that that would be really nice if it was while the two of you were together. So I would say he's becoming more aggressive and not so sure about your future because he thinks you're out the door. He thinks you're out the door. And I really have to say, you have some unreasonable expectations of him at this point right now because you're viewing him as being reliable, stable, steady, responsible, all of these things. You have him on that pedestal, but his evidence that he's shown you is not that. And I feel like for you two to get more on the same page, I'm not saying ditch him because he's not really these things. But I am saying for you two to get onto the same page, you have to really see where he is. It's one thing to encourage somebody, it's another thing to act like they're the king when what they're doing is, you know, they are taking care of the king's horse. It's two different things. So I think having a more realistic view of what he is like and what he's capable of is going to help you a lot with your anxiety about where he is and what he's doing. It's going to help the both of you to be able to connect together more. And it's going to help him to not be so expectant that you're about to walk out the door. Because if you have him on this huge pedestal, guess what? That hangs over his head. Now he says, well, this is what she's expecting. What happens when she finds out who I really am? Then she's going to be out the door. So it's time to get real. Okay. I hope that helps you when you go back and re-listen. I'm sorry that it's buffering on your end. That's a bummer. All right. So that's what we have. And that was the timer. So that's the last question for today. Thank you once again for the super chat. I appreciate it. And you're quite welcome. You know me, I love to read. And I'm sorry if it came off harsher than I meant it. Everything that I say here, I say to you guys with love, whether it sounds like it or not. Sometimes I feel like the mean mom, like, giving that tough love stuff, but, I don't mean to come off as mean. Anyway, thank you all for being here and spending some of your precious time with me today. I really do appreciate it. And thank you to those of you who are participating in the contest and putting the comments on. Thank you to those of you who are ordering private readings from me, private Reiki sessions. And thank you for doing the super chats when you guys are able to do the super chats. Thank you also. Just thank you all for being you. It's because of you guys' support that I get to do what I love to do. So, really, thank you very much. Everyone, if I don't see you for a private reading between now and then or a private Reiki session, then I'll see you back on the next video. Peace out.